Hey everybody, hey everybody. I'm going to give everyone time to come on. Yes, see, I'm looking fabulous. Another fabulous ensemble that I have on today. You see, I got the little bow right here. Looking good, looking good. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. How y'all doing today? Let's see. Let's see if we get the people time enough to come on today. Give everyone a little bit of time. I had to go and tell everybody, join me on another stream because I had to do another one. Couldn't get on the one that I scheduled for some reason. I don't know why. YouTube would not let me get on the one that I scheduled. So, but now on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write in my little to-do book list days that I'm going to come on live, and I'm going to just post it in a little community post and let people know that this is the day that I'm coming on live at this time, at that time, and then everybody can just take time and join me instead of scheduling it because YouTube is not, for some reason, I don't know, must have a glitch. I have no clue. But let's give people time enough to come on. I promise that I won't um, I promise that I won't hold everyone long. Let's see. Give everyone time to come on. I did tell everybody I'm on another stream, so hopefully people will see that I'm on live and come on. Because I'm not going to prolong it. Let's start off with some laughter first. Let's start with prayer. God, I thank you for bringing us here today. I do not take this day lightly as I come before you, humbling myself with a heart of repentance. God, I thank you for being in the midst of this conversation, God, as we laugh and encourage one another, Lord God, and uplift and build one another. Amen in Jesus' name. I'm not a stickler. On Facebook, people always just say, let's start off with some laughter. Come on in the room, 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 come on in the room. I don't do that. I'm sorry. I'm one person that I don't do that. My thing is, if you have something to say, just say it. People will come back and watch what you're doing. So we're going to talk about different things on today. We're going to talk about weight loss. We're going to do some laugh. We're going to laugh. I can't see nobody comments and everything like that. So if you comment, I'll go back after the live and read all the comments. If you have a question, I'll go back and answer the questions. Like I said, I'm looking fabulous today. So I want you all to tell yourself, I look fabulous. That's all you gotta say. I look fabulous. Because I know I look fabulous. I don't care what people say. Somebody said, girl, what you got on today? I said, this is my ensemble that I have on today. Today is some nice weather, so I decided to go strapless today. So I look fabulous. And let me tell you something. I don't know what you got on today, but I'm here to tell you and encourage you that you look fabulous. Yes, you do. You look fabulous. All of you look fabulous. So we're going to talk about weight loss today. You may have seen some of my other short, brief chat sessions that I did previously. And, I touched a little bit on this and that and this and that. But I want to remind everybody, especially those that are, that don't know, but you think you know, but you don't know. Everybody that is overweight or that is considered obese or obesity, morbid obese, a lot of times their weight has not come from eating, but we know that eating is the factor. Most people are overweight due to medication that they take, and they can't help it because it's the medication. Some people have an overactive thyroid gland. Some people are overweight due to a mental health issue. Like I said earlier today, if you get to the root of the problem, you're able to solve the cause of the ongoing problem because you got to get to the root first. So that's is different reasons why people overweight. I was talking to somebody today. I said, I started this journey because I want to encourage people that is overweight And you don't necessarily have to be overweight. You just may have a few pounds that you want to lose around your stomach, waist area, whatever the case may be. But I feel as though encouragement is needed, and, for a lot of us, because you may not have somebody to encourage you. You may not have somebody to cheer you on. You may not have that person say, yeah, you can do it, you can do it. And since I started, I'm getting a lot of encouragement from a lot of people from around the world that is encouraging me, and that make me feel good because I don't have a support system like I should, what I think I should have. But I'm grateful for what I do have. I have people that say, okay, you can do this. And I have a whole bunch of you all that I don't know that is really pushing me and telling me that, yes, you can do this. So I thank you all. But it's a group of people that don't have that. They don't have nobody standing by their side telling them you can do it. They don't have a person standing by their side telling them, I'm rooting for you. I'm cheering you on. I'm praying that you lose the weight. Or I'm praying that, something, will change, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of people around the world, not just here in the United States, but in other countries, in other continents, in other regions, that are overweight and they're bedridden. And can you imagine the mental health capacity on that mindset that's taking hold of their psyche and how they feel, because they probably don't have the family members to support them. They probably was married, husband walked out, they probably had boyfriends left them because they started losing weight and it got down to a certain size, and their boyfriend, or however the case may be, and I've seen it happen, left them because they lost weight. A lifestyle changes is healthy. I'm telling you, a lifestyle changes not only affects you, but it affects everybody that's connected to you. If you have children, grandchildren, it affects people. But I want to tell somebody on today, don't lose the weight because everybody else is in your ear. Lose the weight because you want to do it. Lose the weight because you have made a conscious decision that you want to live and not die. The thing is, you got to live to live. That's right. Live to live. You losing the weight because you want to live. You don't care about nobody else. But, hey, I want to live to see the next day. There are so many people that have a weight. I'm talking to myself too. There are a lot of us that have a weight issue or weight problem, and we don't want to live to live. We give up. I've seen people say, oh, you know what? I might as well just die because this weight not going to come off of me. I don't care. This weight not going to. That's not the attitude that you should have. And the reason why a lot of people have that attitude is because the support system, they don't got it all comes down to the encouragement, and it all comes down to the motivation. Motivation is the key. Motivate. And sometimes you got to learn how to motivate yourself. And you got to learn how to encourage yourself, because there's going to come a time when all the encouragement going to stop, all the motivation going to stop. You ain't going, and trust me, I'm speaking from experience. There are times when I don't get people to encourage me. There are times when I don't get no motivation. And there are times when I had to learn how to encourage myself. There are times that I have to learn how to motivate myself. There are times when I wake up in the morning, I don't want to get out to bed. I just want to stay in the bed all day and sleep because I'll be tired, because sometimes I have a granddaughter and it's like 20 of her. There are some times when I get out of bed that I don't want to do exercise, but I push myself because I made up mind to say, you know what, I'm going to get this weight off me. I'm going to get this weight off me for me. For me. And I'm going to be transparent. Sometimes, I have a lot of people that are overweight, they feel ashamed because of their size. And I have started telling people, love the skin you're in. Love you. You know, yeah, you got little folds. I tell people I got folds too. I'll be like, look in the back of my back. I got folds. They be laughing at me. I'm like, come on, girl, I'm just like you. I got folds in the back of my back. I got folds right here. I mean, I tell my friend, I said, I don't have no stomach, girl. I said, but look at my stomach. My stomach hang down too, just like yours. And she laughed at me. I said, see, girl, we in this together. I said, love yourself. Yeah, we gotta lose. I be like, girl, we gotta lose some weight. We got a lot of weight to lose, but we gotta love ourselves at the same time. And a lot of people that's overweight and they have weight issues, they don't love themselves. And most of the time, it comes from a lot of things that happen to them in their life. And it goes all the way back to their childhood. It goes all the way back to what happened to them as a teenager. And sometimes that stuff carry over to adulthood. You may have heard my story. I think I shared some of my story on here. I'm not sure, but I'm going to share it again. I was never this overweight. Never. When I was coming up, I was skinny. I was a little skinny person. In elementary school, in middle school, I was in high school. I was wearing a size 14, but that was not considered. I was still okay, but I was never big, big, big. My BMI was never over 60, because if they say if your BMI is over 60, you're considered obese. That's what doctors say. So I went through a lot of things in life. I was molested as a young girl. I was raped as a young girl. I became a teen parent. I had my first child when I was 17. I was a battered woman in my early 20s. So a lot of things happened to me that contributed to my weight. I had a nervous breakdown in my mid to late 20s from being in an abusive relationship. So my weight came from the mental distress that I was going through as an adult, but also the mental distress I was going through as a child, because my parents never got me counseling because I was molested and I was raped. They never got me counseling. Because, back then, as you was raised in my area, everything was swept underneath the rug. So when I got older and I just started eating to compensate the way I felt. So there are people just like me that have a similar story just like me. They were small when they were coming up, but when they got older, that's when all the weight came on. And they can't pinpoint how it got to that. So this is how come people go and tell them, okay, you need to see a counselor. Maybe something happened to you as a child, and most likely that's what it is. Something happened to you, a lot of people as a child. Not to say everybody, but some people. So my weight came from that. When I became an adult, I was still never this size. So I picked on more weight. I say about in 2015. I'm being transparent. When I was about to get married, and the person I was going to marry had called me and said that the ex was coming over, yada, yada, yada. And I went on a junk food binge, called off my wedding, was hurt, distraught. Once again, mind messed up. It wasn't so much as my heart, it was my mind that got shattered. So, and a weight came. So now, here we go again. And I'm working towards getting the weight off. So, there was once upon a time I weighed 800 pounds. Now I'm down to 4. I don't know. When I go to the doctor next week, I don't know which the scale will say next week. But all I can say is that's where my weight come from. Am I a binge eater? No, because there are times when I don't eat breakfast. But my doctor tell me, hey, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I don't know, but that's what they say. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I can't tell my doctor I'm not a breakfast person, but hey, I'm getting in the habit of doing things that have not done or I used to do. So when you want to live, and you have a made up mind that you want to live, I'm talking about for real, because even though you can have a person can have a weight issue, can be healthy. I'm telling you, I just recently got out the hospital in late January somewhere, January, February, and my doctor said you healthy. Only thing is I have hypertension, high blood pressure, and when I went into the hospital, had some type of kind of virus that messed up everything. So now I have to walk with a walker, and it's not a disease or anything like that. It's some virus that was going on at the time, and people were catching it, and the virus attacked my body because my immune system is weak because I had pneumonia a long time ago, and yada yada, whatever case may be. So I have to walk with a walker now. I have acute bronchitis or acute asthma now. So I have to have an inhaler, and possibly I'm hoping and I'm praying that I don't have to have oxygen, but who knows? So the doctor told me you healthy. The only thing is you need to lose weight so other health issues will not come on your body. So there are people that are heavy and have weight to them. They healthy as I don't know what. They don't have no health issues. They don't have no heart condition. They don't have diabetes. They don't have high cholesterol. They don't have hypertension. They don't have anything. Anything. The only problem is they just got a lot of weight on their body. And if they don't drop the weight, then health issues will start to come upon their body. Then the diabetes will show up. Then the high blood pressure. Then the high cholesterol. Then the heart problems and different things like that. It's evidence. And not only that, when you're working towards your weight, then you got to think about different changes, lifestyle changes. Because, even though people say, okay, I don't eat a lot of food, but what else causes weight problems? Stress, anxiety, feeling overwhelmed. People can cause you to gain weight because their problems, people will try to help other people, so you make people problems your problems on top of your problems, so that adds to your problems, and that can cause you to just start eating not on know why you're eating. So there are a lot of things that play into play when it comes to being overweight. You gotta live to live. Lifestyle changes require sacrifices. What are you willing to give up to lose the weight? Sweets. I used to be a sweet person. My kids was younger, well, I used to be the junk food queen at my house. I used to take $100 or $200 when my kids was little and buy a lot of junk food. Now that my kids are grown now and I have grandkids, I don't even buy junk food. When I get change or finances, and I go to the store or something, and my son will be like, get a pack of cookies or get some chips or something like that. I'm like, no, no. My granddaughter was just here. I didn't have no junk food. Only junk food I had was, I think, because my son had some cookies. He ate them himself, and he gave my granddaughter a bag of Cheetos or whatever. So it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice? The junk food, the McDonald's, the Starbucks coffee, which is disgusting. What are you willing to junk food? What are you willing to sacrifice? I remember a long time ago, my doctor used to tell me, and sometimes he still do tell me, Sharita, you can still eat the foods you eat, like that. You can still eat the foods you like, but you do it in moderation. I'm like, well, how do you do that? You telling me I could still eat the foods I like, but do it in moderation? Okay. And I'm gradually, slowly understanding what he's saying. So there are a lot of ways that you can lose weight. Like I said, you got what are the sacrifices you're willing to give up to get the weight off? What type of meals that you're willing to do away with? You got a junk food cabinet? Go through your junk food cabinet, throw all that junk food out. I mean, it's not. I mean, but like, check this out. Don't beat yourself up because you ate some chips today, okay? Don't do it. Don't beat yourself up because you ate some chips today. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Because let me be truthful. I ate some chips today too. I ain't gonna beat myself up because I ate a bag of potato chips today. Don't beat yourself up because you had a cheeseburger today. Don't beat yourself up. So many people that's on a weight loss journey, and if they mess up along the way, they beat themselves up. And I'm like, it's not the end of the world. They be like, oh, no. Don't cry. Just brush it off. Get back up. Because the next day, tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. Now, yesterday, I had ran out of salads because I said this is my 7 day salad challenge. So yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, on day 3, day 4, yeah, because day 5. Day 4, I ran out of salad. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? I have no salad. So what I did was I improvised. I had some cauliflower. I had some chopped up cauliflower, chopped up carrots, chopped up broccoli, and some chopped up onions. So I mixed them all together and I ate that. And it was like a salad. I little kind of like sauteed it, boiled it a little bit, put a little bit of seasoning in it. And so okay, I said, okay, this is my salad for today. So you have to improvise. Then that's what I did. I improvised. What are you willing to give up to stick on your journey? Whatever it is. Get a list, meet with your nutrition. See, I'm not a licensed nutrition. I'm not a licensed doctor or anything like that. I don't have a degree in dietary. I just know certain things. So if you are working towards losing weight, or if you have a desire to lose weight, or if you want to lose weight, talk to your doctor. Let them know what your plans are. Tell them, hey doc, I'm gonna be for real. I'm tired of this weight. I got to get it off of me. Get with your insurance company. Look up for a nutritionist. Go see a nutritionist or a dietary person. A dietitian. I'm sorry, dietitian. They can help you with to tell you what foods to eat, what foods not to eat. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, stay away from them GMOs. GMO, okay? The G and the M and the O's. Stay away from that stuff. People always like, well, GMOs are healthy. Do you know GMOs is genetically modified organisms? You may be saying, okay, what is that? That means they took the original food and they copied it to make another food. Genetically modified. They gene sliced it to make another food. Like let's put it out there. Broccoli, that's not real. Broccoli is not a real vegetable. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hashtag IJS all day long. Broccoli is really not a vegetable, y'all. I'm just telling you. Stay away from GMOs. Because they're not healthy. When it comes to losing weight and you're looking to change certain foods that you eat, read the back of the cans and the back of the boxes. Dietary nutrition is back of the boxes. And it tells you how much the calories are. If it say 1 serving, how many servings is it? Maybe 27 pieces of this, 30 pieces of that. But stay away from the GMOs. When it comes to organic, Make sure that it's really organic. Make sure it's certified by the USDA. Because everything that says organic is really not organic. You got to understand that. Some things that say organic, you got to make sure it has that little check mark or that little sticker on it that says certified by the USDA, the U.S. Food Drug Administration. Because if say organic and don't say USDA on there certified, then that's to me. Now that's me personally. That's not organic. Let me let you on a little tip. Because I have a degree, I have a master's of science degree in alternative medicine. I also have a degree in psychology too. Have a bachelor's degree in psychology. Now, when it comes to certain foods, read ingredients on the back of the labels. Now, there are a lot of ingredients that the FDA monitors, and food companies and food manufacturers have to put certain ingredients on every food that we eat, because those ingredients are regulated by the FDA. Now, there are a lot of other ingredients that you may not find on the back of your Kellogg's cereal, on the back of your pancakes, on the back of your macaroni and cheese. That's not even on there. That's not even required by the FDA to put on the back of your food packages. That's what I learned. So here's what you can do. If you want to know what ingredients go into any packages of food that you have in your cabinet or your refrigerator or freezer, you can call or contact a food manufacturing company and ask them to send you a list of ingredients, and they will send it to you. They don't have no problem sending it to you. But just know that the FDA requires food manufacturing companies to add and to place certain ingredients that they use on their packages, because it's mandatory. And the other ingredients, they don't have to put it on the back of it if they don't want to. Okay? That's why it's so important to be careful what you eat. Now they talking about artificial meat. You gotta be careful what type of kind of meat you eat when it comes to weight loss. The best meat that I've learned, I'm just checking. The best meat that I learned to eat, if you want to eat meat, is grass-fed meat. That means grass-fed meat. It's considered clean eating, because the animals are not fed what other animals are fed. They eat grass or whatever the farmer give them. But it's considered clean eating, which I think I do have a video on here somewhere that talks about clean eating and what it is. It's somewhere on here. But it's a little bit expensive, and it tastes different from the other meats. I had grass-fed, the first time I tasted grass-fed hamburger or ground beef, and I compared it to the regular ground beef, I said, oh no, I'm not going back to that. So even though I don't eat red meat no more, I eat ground turkey or ground chicken. So grass-fed meat is healthy because it's considered clean eating. Now, don't quote me on this. Don't go down. This is what I don't want you to do. Now, don't go to your doctor and say, well, doctor, I seen this lady on YouTube and she said grass-fed meat is good for you and grass-fed meat is clean eating, yada, 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 yada. What do you think, doctor? Don't go to your doctor and say, then your doctor be like, what's that lady name? And you be like, oh, here she go. And some doctor call me and tell me, no. Everything I'm saying is you trying at your own risk. You're trying at your own risk. That's why I say I encourage everybody to talk to your doctor first before you make any lifestyle changes. Even when you're doing exercises, talk to your doctor first. Even when you're doing weight loss pills and all these different weight diets and stuff, talk to your doctor first. You know, they know you better than you know yourself. Some of them do. But yeah, even though grass fed meat is a little bit expensive, but it tastes better and it's cleaner. It's cleaner. I do not eat red meat. One of the things that I learned since I've been on my weight loss journey is when I eat red meat, but don't, it's not say I don't eat it. Sometimes I do. If I have a craving for red meat, yeah, I'll give me a burger. What I'm gonna lie for? You know, this is what I, like my son said, you got to tell it like a TI is. There's so many people that come on and talk about weight loss, this and weight loss that, and they don't tell the truth. They cut corners, and they cut this corner, and they sugarcoat, and they water down. I'm not one of those people. I'm going to tell like a TI is. I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. I ain't going to water down nothing. I'm going to tell you, if I messed up today, I messed up today. Now, there are times when I do have a craving for red meat, and I will get me a burger, or I'll cook something downstairs in the refrigerator, whatever. And hey, because the reason why I don't eat red meat is because my doctor told me one time that I think it was my liver enzymes, was too high. So he said, stay away from red meat. And I said, okay, you don't got to tell me once, twice. So, but what I've noticed is when I do eat it, I feel sluggish. So when you're on a weight loss journey and you cut out certain foods in your diet, but you start to have a craving for that type of kind of food. Now, everybody's body is different. For me, when I cut out certain things and I go and just eat it, and I'll have a craving for it and I'll eat it, my body feel real sluggish, and I'll be like, oh my God, I should never eat that. So you'll notice when you cut out certain foods in your body, certain foods out of your diet, and if you cheat, how it makes you feel after you eat it. I'm just saying, I'm telling you, you gotta tell the truth like a TI is. I'm trying to help somebody and trying to help me too at the same time. We can help each other out. Like I said on the other video, we can hold all of us on. If you want a weight loss journey, we all hold each other accountable. Girl, what you eat today? Girl, what you eat today? Man, boy, what you eat today? You know what I'm saying? If you messed up, okay, you messed up. Tomorrow's a new day. It's okay. Go ahead and cry, but it's okay. Oh girl, oh man, I went to the doctor and last week I weighed this much pounds but I went back and I gained 2 pounds. I gained 2 pounds. Okay, you gained 2 pounds. I tell people all the time, losing weight is a process. It's not an overnight thing because it's not no button, a red button you can just press and say, whoop, lose weight, and all the weight magically disappear. No, it don't happen like that. This is not fairy tale land. We don't live in fairy tale land. There is no white horse that's going to come and take us away. There is no Sir Lancelot. There is no Hansel and Gretel and Cinderella and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. We are in the real world where real things happen and real things take place. Nothing fairy tale. Because if it was a magic pill, red pill, green pill that you could take and boop, all of the weight drop, I'd be the first one in line. But it's this reality, realistic stuff. So losing weight is a process. When you lose weight, you're gonna, over the course of your journey or our journey, you're gonna lose weight, and you may gain a pound here and there back, but keep going. Keep going. But eventually, it's gonna come off. That's why I say on another video, give yourself a realistic weight loss goal. Well, how much do you want to lose before this year's out? Write it down on a sticky note or in your to-do list or in your journal, and put it somewhere that you can see every day. That's a realistic goal. Don't say I want to. Don't say if you weigh 700 pounds. I'm just being real. You weigh 700 pounds, and your goal is to lose. You want to weigh 195 pounds before July the 1st. That's not a realistic goal. I got to be real with you. That is not a realistic goal because this is April, May, June, July. You weigh 700 pounds. A realistic goal is say, okay, I want to lose 75 pounds before June. Realistic. You weigh 500 pounds. I want to lose 80 pounds before July the 1st. You weigh 400 pounds. I want to lose 50 pounds before May the 31st. Realistic, because it can be done. It can be done. You got to give yourself a short-term goal, weight loss goal, and a long-term weight loss goal. And check this out. When you reach your weight goal that you want to weigh, they say, okay, according to your height and all that stuff, don't stop losing. Don't stop what you're doing. Don't say, oh, I used to weigh 400 pounds and now I weigh 150. Look at me, look at me. Oh, and don't stop. Okay, I don't have to diet no more. I can go back eat what I want to eat and go back and eat what you want to eat if you think you can. And all that weight is going to come back on. It's going to come back on 10 times more. So this is what you do. When you get to your ideal weight that you have set for yourself with a realistic goal, don't stop your lifestyle change. Keep going. Don't go back to the way you eat. Stick to your eating habits. Don't stop exercising. Keep exercising. One of the things that, like, being transparent again, I was going to get the gastro bypass surgery. This is like years ago, and I wanted to get it. And I went to the consultation and everything, and I sat with the doctor, got my weight, and he took my BMI, and the doctor was explaining to me about gastro bypass surgery, and he leaned back in his chair, crossed his legs, did like this, and looked at me. He said, Sharita, I don't recommend you getting it. And I'm like, and that's the first time I ever heard a doctor say that to me. And he said, I don't recommend you get it. And I said, huh? He said, now, several things you can do. He said, all you have to do is exercise and tone and your weight, and you'll lose weight and everything will fall in place. He said, you can either do that, or there's a sleeve where they cut off half your stomach. He said, you can do that. And then I said, what about the lap band? He said, no, I don't recommend that for you neither. He said, those are two things I recommend if you want to lose, get your weight down. He said, exercise, tone, or sleeve. And I said, okay. But I never went through. And even my doctor today, one of my doctors, he said, all you got to do is exercise and tone. He said, because you're not that big. Well, I feel big. I don't know what they talking about. I feel big. I'm just saying, I feel big. I'm laughing because it's real. He tell me all the time, you're not that big. He said, exercise and tone and everything will fall in place. And I'd be like, what land do he live in? Because I feel big. You know what I'm saying? So my doctor was like, you're solid weight. You don't have flabs and stuff like that. And he said, you're solid weight. So with solid weight, you can just tone it up and exercise, and everything will fall back into place. And I'm like, okay, but I'm going to have some saggy skin. Like, my arm is saggy now. This is from, exercising and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. He said, tone. And I said, okay, I'm just do what you said do. So what I said, I started exercising, y'all. I makes up my own exercises. I start this journey, and I'm like, put my videos up here for whoever want to join with me. You can exercise. We can do a live exercise. I've been body shamed before, and I know a lot of you all, they have a lot of weight, that may have weight, you may have been body shamed before. I've been body shamed by my own daughter. One day she told me, you big and you a big person and you need to lose some weight. You know what? It hurt, but I ain't say nothing. I ain't even cry. I just laughed it all. So that's how come I'm on this journey to lose weight for myself. Not because I've been body shamed or people don't, I don't care what people say no more. Because I have to learn that people don't have a heaven or hell to put me in. They don't dictate my future, and they don't dictate my purpose. And see, that's what I want to encourage you all on today. You have a purpose. There's a reason why you're here on this earth. There's something that you have to do, that you must do. So you may have started your weight loss journey. You're not losing weight for you, but you're losing weight for another young woman or another young man that don't have the courage, that don't have the confidence to lose weight. So you're losing weight for them so that you can go back and tell them, come on, let me show you how I did it. I didn't do all these diets and all this. I just did simple stuff. There are so many diet plans and diets out here, but everybody's body is different. Everybody's body takes to different diets differently. Some diets work and some diets don't. That's why it's important to learn your body. And another thing I want to talk about is hygiene. Because us big people, we got to smell good. Hygiene. And I never seen a weight loss video with people on there talking about hygiene. Never, ever. You got to be able to talk about different things that people that are overweight go through or have issues with. And one of them is hygiene. Because I'm a big person. And I tell big people all the time, if I smell myself, I know you smell yourself. I'm just being real, y'all. And hygiene is a big issue that a lot of people that are bedridden, of course they have people to come in and wash them up. But there are people that still can get around and they can't reach certain areas. And I tell people, I got folds just like you got folds. I have issues too. Sometimes I do, and I'm not gonna lie. I need somebody to come and help me wash up sometimes, and sometimes I don't. I came up with a mechanism to make sure I get my folds clean. I ain't gonna lie, girl. Y'all ladies, y'all may be laughing at me. I'm just being real. I came up with a mechanism to make sure my folds are clean. Because hygiene is important when you overweight. Because if you don't, make sure the folds are clean and dry and smelling good. Then you start to sweat in between them folds. And then once you sweat, and you perspire and all that stuff, and then you'll start to smell a pungent smell. Especially between your legs. And because between your legs on your thighs, that's they call a pressure point right there. In your behinds, your derriere, you want to make sure that stuff is smelling clean. I know people to use a scrub, a little wash brush handle. I use the little scrunchy things. But I use the scrunchy thing that's on a handle. It's not in a ball sense. It's a long one. And the scrunchie is covering the whole handle. I use one of them. And I make sure I get the, folds in the back and the folds between my legs and all that stuff real good and dry. Some people use cornstarch because some people have it whereas though if they don't keep those folds dry, they'll start to chafe and the skin start to crack. See, these are the things people are scared to talk about, but I ain't scared to talk about it. Just the skin start to crack, and you may get a sore stump, and it's not good to get sores because then there's some bacteria infection come in. You don't want to get that because then you have to go to the hospital, get medicine, and all that stuff kind of stuff. So you keep it dry, and then some people have they perspire all the time, so they have to take several wash ups throughout the day. And I have a mechanism for that for myself. So I'm saying what I do after I dry, wash and dry. I don't use powder to keep the area, my folds dry. Um, One of my routines is sometimes I'll use apple cider vinegar to wash up in, to take a shower with. I take the white Raid, pour and mix it with the warm water, apple cider vinegar, warm water, and I'll go over my body again after I then soaked it up and everything. And that tends to keep down the odor and any if I get a rash or anything, because sometimes I get a rash between my I've been getting that ever since I was a child. And another thing I use is tea tree oil, and tea tree oil is antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. Um, so I mix the tea tree oil either with my body wash, a plain body wash. That means it has no smell to it, no smell. So it's just plain, unscented. Thank you, unscented body wash. And I mix my tea tree oil in it, and I wash up with that. Or I make soap because I do make soap. So I make a bar of soap, all natural soap, tea tree oil, and take some grapefruit pieces and mix it in. Make the soap, goat's milk soap, and wash up like that. Or I make a tea tree oil rub, and I rub it in between my folds and stuff, and that helps cut down the odor and helps cut down the if I get an infection or whatever, that fights all that stuff off, and I don't smell myself. I put some underneath my underarms. Now I don't wear deodorant. I haven't worn deodorant in like 2 years, like because just the chemicals in deodorant these days, that's killing your skin slowly. Quote me on that hashtag. I'm just saying. So I wear all natural deodorant. Do I chafe? People say, okay, you big, you probably chafe. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I chafe right here, the folds of my arms, like right here, and sometimes on my and the back of my legs, sometimes. But I haven't chafed there in a long time. Now, the last time I chafed was like a couple of months ago, right here where my underarms was. And it was just right here on the outside part. I already knew what to do, cleared right up. So you might be saying, dang, she telling all stuff. Yeah, because see, that's what people need. People want to hear the truth. People getting tired of hearing a bucket of water being poured out. The people want to hear the truth. People want to know the truth. Like I said, I ain't gonna water down nothing. I'll be transparent. I'm gonna tell you like T.I. is. If you want to know anything about tea tree oil, go to www.pub.gov. No, I'm sorry. www.pubmed.gov. That's www.pubmed.gov. I'm gonna put the link up there in the chat after I finish. And go type in tea tree oil, and you're gonna see a lot of peer review papers, research papers come up on the uses of tea tree oil, therapeutic properties, therapeutic actions. Like I said, that's what I do. Now, I'm not telling you to do what I do because I don't want you to go back to your doctor and tell your doctor, I saw this lady on YouTube and she said take tea tree oil and mix it with this and put it on my phone. So I did it and look what happened. No, I did not tell you to do that. I said this is what I do. I said don't do it. I said look it up, and then I also said to talk to your doctor. Whew. I know some of y'all probably laughing at me. I'm just saying. Have you ever had a experience at the hospital being a big person? I did. Oh my gosh. Being in the hospital and they have to wash you up. Oh, Never again. I would wash my own self up. That nurse came in there and she said, okay, we're going to dry you now because I took a shower. And she said, we're going to dry you. Make sure you dry. I thought the lady was rubbing my private parts off. I said, oh, my God. She said, we got to make sure all the folds and everything you dry, because as a big person, you want to make sure when you wash up, you take a shower, that you make sure every part of your body is dry. I said, it's dry. Thank you. I thought she was going to rip my poo-poo off or whatever, but I was dry. That's a horrible experience I had in the hospital, y'all. Never again. So, for my friends that's in the bed and you have lymphedema and you can't, move around a little bit, but there are exercises that you can do. You can do foot exercises where you bend your foot up, up and down, move your foot around. Some people can move their legs, some people can't. If you have a nurse or whatever, or your family, that's why it's great to have family, to get your family involved in a weight loss. And some people say, okay, why are you doing upper body weight loss first? And the reason why is because your upper body and you have weight on your upper body, you'll notice that it bears down on your lower part. That means it bears down on your knees and your legs. So that's how come a lot of people have a hard time walking, because their upper body, this is my opinion, a lot of people have a hard time walking because their upper body is heavier than their lower part of their body. So their upper body is weighing down on your knees and your back and your legs and stuff. So it's good to lose the weight from your upper body. That way, you'll notice that you don't have all that weight bearing down. A lot of people go through experience where they overweight and they wake up and they say, oh, I'm hurting and I'm sore. Well, that could be several different reasons why we wake up in the morning, we're sore. And sometimes you could be, your body is sore from the weight. Sometimes your body could be sore, as the old people used to say, oh, my knees hurt. It's about to rain outside. And yeah, because that happens to me all the time. My knees hurts when it's raining, because we're going to talk about that another time, about how I really, a lot of stuff I have to say for another date and time to talk about, to get you to really understand. But yeah, it could be that. Then a lot of times, a lot of people wake up that's overweight and they say, I'm hurting or I'm in pain. It's because the way you could be sleeping. Sometimes I wake up hurting because the way I sleep. Like this afternoon, I took a nap. And the way I was sleeping on my arm was hurting. So I knew I had to change positions in the bed. So sometimes at night, you may want to change positions the way you sleep. And I understand that some people cannot do that because you sleep on your back. Some people cannot do that. It's because you may sleep with a sleep apnea machine and different things like that. But talk to your doctor about that. What do they suggest that can help you, so you won't wake up in the morning feeling all that pain and stuff and aches and stuff like that. So some people, they have arthritis in their back, their arms, their hands, their knees, and different things like that. So some people wake up, from the pain, from arthritis pain. So we're going to cut it short for right now. And the next chat live will be Monday. I have to do a part 2 to this, because still a lot of things that I want to talk about dealing with weight loss. So I hope this was like encouraging to somebody and inspiring to somebody. And I thank everybody for joining me on this evening. And don't forget, if you have a question, comment, I'll answer it and I'll respond back to you. Until next time, guys, peace and namaste.